Welcome back this morning. So Illinois State Police wants more women to join. So today the agency is hosting its first recruitment event exclusively for women.
The agency is looking for sworn police officers and civilian employees. And joining us now to talk about today's event and this whole initiative is Trooper Jamie Bufford with the Illinois State Police. Thanks so much for joining us, Trooper, this morning. Now, I know this is a first for Illinois State Police, so why do this? What prompted this recruitment event in particular?
Well, the main thing is we want more women to be involved with law enforcement with the Illinois State Police. So we have a 30 by 30 initiative that we are doing, and so by the year of 2030 we are trying to increase the number of women that are employed with the Illinois State Police, and that would be civilian and as sworn troopers.
That's really interesting, you know, that 30 by 30 initiative. And when we saw that, we looked up the U.S. Department of Justice info. It said women actually make up less than 14% of full-time sworn officers and then 11% of first-line supervisors across local police departments. I'm curious why you think the number of women in policing is so low.
You know, I wish I had a good answer, but it might just be that people aren't aware of the opportunities. So that's why we're having this event. So the public can come over to the State Police Academy today. They can talk to all different divisions within the State Police. A lot of times when people think of law enforcement, they think of, and especially with the State Police, they think of those on patrol. They're out on the road, they're pulling people over, giving them tickets, arresting, that type of stuff, but that's not the only thing that we do. We have all kinds of different things that you could do, crime scene, you could do, there's just so many different specialties within the State Police, and that's why we want people to come out and talk to us so they can see what is out there. And like I said before, it's not just sworn, you could also be a civilian. There's a lot of opportunities within the civilian department as well. So again, we just want people to come out, talk to us, see what we're all about.
Let's talk about the 30 by 30 initiative that the Illinois State Police is involved with. It's a pledge, you know, to increase the number of women in police recruit classes to 30% by 2030. And I know it's linked to research showing benefits of women in law enforcement. Can you explain the initiative a little more and expand on that research?
Yes, so the research shows women kind of take a different approach when as law enforcement, when interacting with the public, and I think that that is a positive thing. So I feel having more women would be beneficial to our department, and you know, the data does show that 29% of ISP employees are women, and only 10% are sworn. So that means they're actual troopers on the road, that type of thing. So our goal, like I said before, is to increase that to 30% by 2030. So right now our cadets class is like at 10 to 15% female. So we definitely want to increase that. And there is a benefit to having females out there, you know, interacting with the public. I feel that they bring something more, something different.
Something different,
than
like
maybe those male officers.
What, more patience, maybe more? I mean, can you expound on that a little?
So yeah, maybe they're a little more, you know, I'm trying to think of the right words to use, but yes, they're a little more compassionate, maybe. Mm-hmm. Maybe instead of making things escalating when you're out there talking with the public, they know how to kind of de-escalate the situation, you know, their tone of voice, that type of thing. So yes, I do agree that women have something special to bring to the law enforcement agency.
All right, Trooper Jamie Bufford, thank you so much for joining us and sharing more about this initiative. And we do want to note that the Career Exploration event is taking place from 10 to 2 at the ISP Academy in Springfield. You can learn more about employment benefit opportunities with ISP on the agency's website, because we know we're a little bit away from Springfield, isp.illinois.gov. The information on your screen right now to learn more about that recruiting event for women.
Yeah, good luck to them. You know, it'll be interesting to see if it is a success.
Yeah, definitely. And see if maybe those numbers uptick. Like she said, sometimes you just don't even know what opportunities are out there, from civilian to actually being out on the road. So it'll be good to see. Maybe we'll be able to follow up with them to see what happens from that too.
You should make a note of that. I'll pull out my little notebook and write that down.
Like, okay, follow up. Where's